Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. Happy Sunday night to everybody. I've been gone again for over a week and got back yesterday after a long day of travel and just feel like making another video today. Honestly, I don't normally do videos here on Baseball Collector that I'm going to do tonight, which is just kind of thinking about some things that are going on in the hobby and just some kind of random thoughts I've been having. All good stuff, just thinking through some things. Normally I save that stuff for On the Fly with Mike and Ty, which is over on the Bench Clear channel. That's where I kind of normally voice my opinion on different hobby things. But Ty's traveling around, and I'll get to that in a little bit because it's kind of fun to talk about. But yeah, I just thought I would get on here and just cover a few topics. So first thing I want to tell you guys about is this week's episode of Golden Age of Cardboard is going to be awesome. I am so looking forward to it. And it's probably because of the kind of guy that I am, but John, Wade Boggs fan, has put a lot of effort into creating this thing called the Vintage Index. He actually has already done a video on his channel. Again, Wade Boggs fan, if you want to go check it out, discussing this concept, the inception of this concept. It's something I've talked about before, and we are going to introduce this. We've done all the data, input everything, and we've got data going back multiple years to kind of track this vintage index, this vintage 100 index. It's 100 of the best vintage cards from post-war era, basically, to 1980. I think the last card's the 80 tops Ricky Henderson. So John and I are going to have so much fun talking about it. He's worked incredibly hard to do this, and so I'm excited. That should drop on Bench Clear on Wednesday, I would guess, both podcast and YouTube video. We're going to shoot it tomorrow night, so I'll record it, and then if there's anything that needs to be changed or whatever, but it'll drop on Wednesday. So look forward to that. That is going to be fun. We had a lot of fun doing this, talking about it, and we'll see what you guys think. I guess it really, I guess as much as anything, we did it for ourselves, like just because we were curious, but hopefully you guys will appreciate it and the work that it took to do it. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I got a whole list of things here. So this might be just rambling. I don't know. I was thinking the other day, eBay Vault and eBay, card thresholds for having to send cards off to get pre-authenticated or additionally authenticated or whatever, whether it's to PSA for a slab or to CGC or CGS? I can't remember. I'm still a little travel fog for just bigger cards that are, a couple $100s or whatever. It makes me wonder, is eBay still going to be and kind of be king of the sports card sellers marketplace in 5 years? And the answer is maybe. Or at least my answer would be maybe. I don't know if it's the answer, obviously. We'll see in 5 years. But I happen to think that Fanatics is going to come up with some kind of selling platform that is going to compete directly with eBay. They want to rule the sports cards universe. Everything from nuts to butts. So they are going to try to come up with something. I don't know how that's going to work, honestly. I don't know if that will work. There needs to be some separation, I think, between a card manufacturer and a card seller. To me, there can be too much potential incestuous type stuff that happens if it's all one mechanism or one integrated system. So we'll see, but I was just thinking, I'd love to hear what you guys think. 5 years from now, is eBay going to be the ruler of which they are now? There's a lot of other places you can buy and sell sports cards, but eBay's still the number one place. Like, let's just be honest. That's just truth. Very curious what you guys think about that. Speaking of PSA, they just lowered their price to $30 a card, but you have to be a, member, which being a member in and of itself isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's $100 a year, and you get the magazine, whoop-de-doo, but you get access to this $30 pricing. I still don't think $30 is cheap enough for your run-of-the-mill collector to be sending in, you know, tons of cards. I think that will cap the flow of cards into PSA, because the danger is PSA lowers their price too much. We end up right in the same spot we were a couple of years ago. Giant backups and huge backlogs of cards because they get inundated with stuff, with every Tom, Dick, and Harry rookie card you can possibly think of. So I think there does need to be some point of entry, I guess, to the grading world. To me, $20, $25 feels a lot more palatable. You're still not going to send in your $3 rookie card, I don't think, but it just depends on the market, really. But I don't know. Me, as a set registry guy, as a guy who wants to grade relatively common and inexpensive cards, mainly to have them slabbed, I don't know. I don't know if that starts shifting the landscape. Obviously, the stuff that's slabbed, I've been able to find a lot of cheap slabs lately, which is good. I paid $5 today for George Brett 84 Donruss PSA 9. Like, okay, I'll do that all day. I think that market fervor of those kind of just random cards is dying down quite a bit. But I don't know, that it's coming down. I think PSA is going to try to run this $30 for a while to see if that's an equilibrium between price and demand that they can sustain. If they end up having more capacity, because I don't think they want to do less cards. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe the overhead, but I would think their margins would be gigantic. I mean, they're grading a card every 6 seconds or whatever it is. It's not that short, but it's pretty darn short considering the service that you're paying for. It feels like a total screw job on, and I'm wearing a PSA hat, for crying out loud, but grading in general is, I mean, the idea that you're getting value for that is weird for us to really think about, because they spend 30 seconds to a minute per card and you're giving them $30. That's a pretty darn good hourly rate, if you ask me, if you're a card grader, in terms of value to the company, like revenue to the company. My PSA hat had to get washed, by the way, because I took it to Ecuador with me. I wore it every day, just because it's a comfy hat. I didn't care if I lost it, honestly, because I can get another one at the National or whatever. I just was thinking about I was like, I needed to wash it. Julie said it literally could probably walk on its own. It was so dirty and nasty, so I washed that. But PSA, I think, is going to end up hopefully at $20 to $25. I think they'll do, like I said, the 30 for a while. If demand slows down, I think they'll lower the price again. That'll obviously increase the number of cards that will be sent in. So I've got a nice stack over here of cards that I'm ready to send in. $30 still isn't enough. $50 certainly wasn't enough. $30 still not there. So, I'm just biding my time. And I think collectors, just in our nature is to be patient, right? Our nature is to bide our time. I got the long game in mind. I've got the long haul in my brain. So not a big deal. I'm just like, okay, I don't need it all today, right? I'd like it over time. And so just being patient is super critical. Next thing is, a funny thing happened. I got a comment actually on a YouTube video. I did a Roberto Clemente showcase some time ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. And a guy said, hey, I'm interested in all of these cards. Like, this was in the last couple of days. I'm interested in all these Clementes. What do you want for them? I said, they're not for sale, was my next comment. To which he replied, okay, how about $3,000? And I'm like, first of all, like, I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, where someone sees cards on your channel or whatever, and you get offers in the chat. But the truth is, I see cards all the time I'd like to buy that people get them. They're very cool. In fact, George had one. George Diamond Yard had a 70 Topps Pete Rose he showed in a PSA reveal not long ago, and I'm texting him literally right before I hit play on this or record to see if he's interested in moving that, because he wasn't happy with the grade, and came back a 5, and I'm like, that's fine with me. I just want a 70 tops Pete Rose for my set. So I guess I do that too, but it doesn't happen to me that often where people, are inquiring about buying parts of my collection that they might see on a video, which is good because I'd hate to be saying no to everyone all the time. But it brings up a point, like if he had offered $10,000, I mean, I know what all these Clementes are worth, right? And it's not $3,000, it's way more than that, because there was an autograph, and he said, I'll give you $3,000 for all of it or whatever. And I'm like, sorry, but they're still not for sale, of which I have, I think that kind of ended the discussion. But I've been thinking, I mean, if you offered a number that was, good enough, then it's weird to think, would I sell something? And the answer is yes. I would sell everything in here for 2 reasons. And people ask me this all the time. Do you ever sell anything? Would you ever sell anything? I usually only sell dupes of stuff. I have a stack of dupes, for example, of slabs that I bought accidentally more than once. And so I've done sales before where I'm selling that kind of stuff, or I'll bring some of that stuff to the National for trade or other shows for trade. But the reality is, no, I have no interest in selling it, but there are 2 reasons that I would. And the number one reason is my family needs the money. If we needed the money for something and we didn't have it or have a way to get it, nothing in here would be off limits. It would all be ready to go in a moment's notice for some extreme family need. Luckily, I'm blessed that that's never come up, so I haven't had to make that decision, but it's a decision I would not hesitate to make if I needed to. The second reason is somebody offers me stupid money, right? There is a point, there is a number that I would go, yeah, you can have it. Not because I'm pessimistic about the future of the sports card market, or I think I can pick it up cheaper later. That's never in my mind. I don't, because I honestly, the other part is piecemealing it out. The idea of selling part of it, like just selling the Clementes, well, then I'd be missing all the Clementes. Be like, I'd have to go buy all those again. That would just suck, because my completionist nature would take over, and I would want to reacquire those cards at some point. And I know guys that have done that. Ray from Philly's done that. Bart's done that, where they sold off parts of their collection and then slowly they're reacquiring it. Nothing wrong with that. That's just not what I would be interested in doing. So, but there's a stupid money number that I would go, yep, you can have all of it. And that would be an interesting thing to have to ponder. Nobody's going to be doing that anytime soon and offering me that number. But I'd want to get rid of all of it. I don't want parts of it to stay. It would just probably still give me the itch. You'd have to take it all away from me, cut me off cold turkey. But I'd still have my comic books. Like, the collecting gene never dies. Like, I don't think you can ever get rid of it. I've talked about in videos before, like, what's the end game? What's the goal? Is there ever an end point? And I don't think you can ever get rid of the collecting gene. So I think that's with me forever. But and the other thing, I just love it. I enjoy doing it. It's something I enjoy spending my free time doing. So I'd have to fill up that free time with something else. And I'm not going to become, a professional golfer or anything and play all the time enough where I would actually get really good at golf. I'm reasonably good now, but anyway, okay. I've rambled for almost 14 minutes. So if you're still with me, I'm very proud of you and appreciative of that. I was talking to Ty earlier today. We're going to try to do an on the fly episode tonight and or tomorrow for this week, because we want to do one for sure. But they've been in Oregon doing collection buying and stuff for Chasing Cardboard, which is, oh, by the way, a new episode of Chasing Cardboard coming out tomorrow, which will be Monday, the 13th of June. So make sure you check that out. I don't think I've got any role in that, but I do in the next episode. So they're going to start, we've got enough, footage in the can, so to speak, for the next 6 episodes. So there's going to be a lot more Chasing Cardboard coming down the pipe, and they're going to be coming out every 2 weeks. So another one comes out, tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow will be another one, and so on and so on, pretty much throughout the rest of the summer. I think we have enough episodes to finish out the summer. which will be great. It's been an amazing thing to be a part of, an amazing thing to just watch people react to it and enjoy it. And I haven't heard a lot of I've heard some constructive criticism, which is good, and things we're trying to incorporate into the show, but most people have been incredibly positive, and that's just so cool. So anyway, I guess that's it for today. That's enough. 15 minutes. I was trying to keep it to about 15 minutes of you guys just hearing me talk. And yeah, let me know if you enjoy this type of format where I just talk and it's not me discussing it with Ty or whatever on our other shows. And yeah, anything you want to talk about from this video, put it down below. Love to hear the comments, love to read them and respond. We'll catch you guys soon. Hope you have a great week coming up. Keep collecting.